Welcome, my fellow scout troopers, to Sauron's home for the holidays. He is going to be defending with another ally today against 3 enemy armies at a fortress we're not really, at a map we haven't really seen before. So let's dive into it today. Today's replay comes from Mark, who's commanding Mordor, one of 2 defending armies today. If you want to see your own replay featured here on this channel, guys, there are 4 options in the video description below. They are, of course, my email at scoutsentertainment@gmail.com, and also post a battle replay to me directly on Discord. You can join my Discord server, Scouts Reconnaissance, and post it there, or you can tag me in the replay you post on the Reforged Discord as well. Like that, let's go through the army comps today. Yeah, Mark here has stacked up his army here pretty neatly. We have some Nazgul here, some Sauron's Will, a Ballista, Temple Guard. We got Orc Archers, looks to be just the 1 unit there. We've got some Orc Javelins, some Temple Executioners armored up, some Dunedain Shadowbows in front of them. Some Olag High, of course, looks to be 2 units there of Orc Javelins. We've got some Moron Halberds there, some Moron Archers as well, more Sauron's Will, more Orc Archers. We have some Blackguard of Barad-dûr, looks to be a couple units of them, and 2 units here of Halberds, and 1 more unit of Moron Archers. And that's all I can make out there for now. Let's have a look at his ally, who's deployed outside the fortress and is, I think, undergoing a steadily or hastily retreat. 2 opposite words there. We have here Lion commanding Angmar. We've got some Angmar Marauders leading the way, followed by the Barrow Wights. Some Orc fellas, Witchrom and Hammerguard there armoured up. Some Gundabad Guard behind them. Some more Orc fellas. Got some Trolls of Gundabad. Angmar Marauders. The Witches of Angmar. Blackguard. No, sorry. Witchrom. Oh, is that? Hang on. We've got some. Witchrom Blackguard. There we go. A little bit tripped up there for some reason. Angmar Halberd unit there. We've got 2 units of Gains Karandum armoured up. We've got some more Orc fellas, Gundabad Guard, and Snaga Archers. The rest of his army is over here. We're not done yet with him. We have the Witchrom Scourge Raiders over here, Barrow Wights, and Trolls of Angmar, all making their way inside the Black Fortress. Next we have Rudar, combined the best. We've got some Dumb and Spearmen out here, Rudar Clansmen, couple units there. We've got some Rudar Swordsmen, 1, 2 units there, make that 3, and I guess 4 in total. Just spread out all the way. Edelmos Ronters, couple units there, Hairnet Berserkers. We've got some Witchrom and Slavers there as well. Some Dumb and Spearmen, I think I've already pointed them out. Rudar Clansmen, just 2 units there, I think not armoured up. I'll keep my, of course, the front of Javelins, Troll Jacks, so a lot of units here have the hidden, a lot of units in Rudar, sorry, have the hidden ability, so we'll definitely get to see some more units of his later. More money on it. Next we have Arthedain, commanded by V19 Torrent. We've got some Arthedain Pikemen out here, not armoured up, bit of a risk. More Arthedain Pikes, again not armoured. Numerous Gate Guards here, Arthedain Men-at-Arms, 2 units there, not armoured. Arthedain Marksmen, dismounted Forest Aaron Knights. So yeah, V9 Torrent here, bit of a gamble. Extremely risky not to bring any armor upgrades whatsoever. He's on the attacking side, so his forces are going to be hammered. They're going to be going through the gauntlet there, going through many gauntlets to get to the top of the Citadel, the Dark Citadel today. And in doing so, they're going to come across javelins, multiple arrows. The witches, well, no armor can help you from the witches, but javelins and arrows, definitely armor helps with that. And he's going to get his troops in that fortress through those choke points. His task is going to be multiplied that much harder because he didn't bring any armor upgrades for the Arthedain Pikes and Men-at-Arms. So pretty much they're almost like cannon fodder without their armor. Hopefully it goes well for him, but it's not looking like it's going to be easy today for Arthedain. We have 2 units of Evident Spearmen here, and we have over here more Arthedain Pikemen. Arthedain Men-at-Arms, couple units there. A Ballista Crew, dismounted Knights of Numinas, dismounted Forest Aaron Knights, and Evident Marchers and more Arthedain Marksmen. And that's all I spot there for him. Troll Sure Axe Throwers could be not. No, that's alright. Dunedain Troll Slayers is what I meant. Could be there, don't know yet. Same with Dunedain Rangers. But for now, we have another Rudar army commanded by Order 66. We've got some Etermos Trollhunters out the front. Some Dunman Pikemen there, a couple units. More Etermos Troll Hunters. Dunman Spearmen, Rudar Swordsmen, Rudar Axemen, and more swords. We've got some Black Wards there behind them. More Axemen. We've got some, I already commented on that one. I think the Diamond Pike unit is just belonging to one of the ones over here. We have some Freedom Javelins, Trolls for Axos, couple more units there, Dumbman Spearmen. We got some more Black Bolts, Ruda Swords and Ruda Axemen, and some Witchwoman Slavers over here. So, not bad armies. Some Heridan Berserkers also bringing up the rear there. Now, we are a ways off from the engagement. Now, off the bat, I think one of the main reasons we haven't seen this map used too much in the past is because I would imagine it can be pretty grindy. Even on this level here, the choke points are pretty narrow on each side, so all choke points need to be basically engaged each side to sort of stretch the defense to allow the attackers to sort of breach through. But choke points, I think there's one choke point 3. This will be 1 and 2. So choke points 2 and 3 can be defended by archers standing on top. Of course, this little fence here can complicate the angle, forcing a lot of archers to shoot the arrows up. So basically taking the accuracy out of the equation. So although this looks like a good vantage point for archers, it might not be. It could be a bad spot for archers. We'll have a look and see what they do later. Of course, we'll keep our eye out for that, but I imagine this map is pretty grindy, which is probably why it's not used too much, or why haven't you seen it used before. Again, nice vantage points, but these fences complicate things considerably for the missile units. Like, I see all Temple Guard units shooting upwards. I don't see any of them shooting directly down off the ledge there. So, although this might logically seem like a good spot for them, it probably isn't. The ramp is probably the best place for defensive archers to shoot the enemy as they come up the ramp. But obviously this is the best defensive spot. If you're the defenders, you pretty much want to just fall back to these two levels here. Use your troops to sort of allow the enemy to come up the ramp a bit. And so any ranger units, any missile units you just deploy here on the ramp to shoot down at the enemy forces as they come up the ramp, and you can easily hold this area. This is very defensible. So, and we've got the defenders already falling back to the second level, so they're not even going to defend the first level. It looks like they might try to hold this level, which is good, but to make this battle a bit more interesting, I would have preferred to see them try to hold the first level a bit. It's asking a lot, I know, considering how far they have to stretch their armies. You have to cover these 3 choke points. But to fall back immediately to the second level here, where there's only one angle the defense. Oh, hang on. There is multiple angles the attackers can come at them. So that's 1, that's 2, that's 3. So they can come at them from 3 different angles. But I think 2 is more likely than 3. I would actually cancel out the assault on this main ramp here and just focus on either side, because it makes it harder for the defensive archers to shoot at their forces coming up the ramps. So I guess players in the past might have automatically ran for the top 2 levels, thus discouraging players from choosing this map, because it can, I suppose, be pretty grindy and make their task that much more difficult. Because now we have 2 fresh armies here that haven't been exhausted, that are already in a very good position, cancelling any enemy fire that can come their way. Now, the defenders here could even the odds a little bit if they deploy archers that have the range that shoot into the defending forces down below. Like attacking archers could stand here, of course, and fire into the defensive forces, hold the ramp on each side, thus giving the attackers a slight advantage in their assaults, helping them get through this area and take more of the plateau here and force the defenders to once again retreat up here. If the attackers can do that, they can take the defending archers out of the equation almost entirely, forcing them to shoot upwards in the hope that the arrows come down on their enemies. Now, the big problems for the attackers is, of course, the Witches of Angmar that just need to stand on either side here of the ramp and just shoot their bolts down to enemy blobs, basically causing mass chain routes, killing any wave, or killing the waves as the attackers launch them. Now, if the defenders are smart, they probably only should fire one volley at a time, thus stretching out the witchery ammunition, causing multiple chain rounds each time the attackers try to push through. And that will just break the cannon's back really and give the defenders the win straight up. So already I can see the defenders can win this battle without breaking a sweat. The attackers need more openings to assault the citadel. Having one ramp to get to the top just ain't gonna cut it. It just seems to put the attackers at a decisive disadvantage. And so my money's on the defenders here. And you know, it's not saying anything about the defenders. So my money's on the attackers. Sorry, my brain's all over the shop. My money's on the defenders to win this fight. It's not saying anything bad about the defenders. I just think this map is very defensible. One might think too defensible. You know, you got to give the defenders. Sorry, you got to give the attackers a chance. And maybe that's what this is. I didn't see this ramp until just now. You really have to look for it, otherwise you'll miss it, won't you? Well, maybe I got my wish, but I still lean towards very defensible. It's so narrow, the paths. Maybe that's what these fences were designed to do, to try and give the attackers an advantage, and try to, I suppose, take out the advantages of this vantage point for the enemy, for the defending archers. Of course, once the attackers get about up to here, then I think the defending archers will have an easy line of sight on them, and will be able to get good shots into their ranks, and from behind even, you know. But you know, up until here, I think that fence will offer the attackers some protection as they make their way up here from enemy archers. Alright, we'll see how well they go. The assault looks like it's about to begin, and so we'll do a small cut here and come back once the battle starts. See you soon. Alright, battle has already begun. I might leave it on ×2 speed, mainly because it's going to be a bit grindy. We've got the Trolls of Angmar here being committed to the front lines at the beginning of the battle. Don't often see that. Barrow Whites, of course, being the first line of defense. Actually, it looks like they're trying to get away. They shouldn't be. Why aren't you just leaving here to hold the enemy in place? Looks like we've got some archers shooting down from the top there. Some Snargo archers providing some nice flanking fire. Rid swords haven't really lost a man just yet. Dumb and Spearmen are out. Trolls of Angmar have chased them away. Racked up a few kills, but remember it's up against light tier spearmen, so nothing spectacular. Orc fellas have got to get more involved in the fight. It seems like they're being held back, not really charging forwards. Rid swordsmen are dropping like flies. They're falling very quickly. We have one troll casualty. Make that 2. No, it looks like we've got multiple casualties now, down to 7. Artadain have not begun their assault just yet. More on archers from Mark. Firing point blank into the Avid Spearmen. If you try to shoot the Artadain pikemen, half the arrows will go into the side of the hill there. That's why he's not shooting at them. He might have chosen to shoot at the Artadain marksmen and men at arms mixed in with each other. He had the chance to shoot at them for a little bit. Got Dinner Peacekeepers, also a good target, but you know, all the units here are on loose formation. The only one that makes sense is probably the evidence spearman which he was shooting at, or the artillery marksman and men-at-arms because they were grouped up together. That would be the targets I would aim for if I was in control of that Boron Archer unit. Now, if I was Mark, what would I do here? I would send up a unit, or send down a unit I should say, of Boron Halberds, infantry, whatever, and also have a unit of Dunamy Shadowbows right here in place, just pounding Order 66's forces as he moved them up the ramp. Like, he's moving up decent units here in tight formation. I mean, that was an absolute gem of a shot right there. Forearm javelins, Trollshire Axos mixed into each other. He can get multiple casualties on Trollshire Axos quickly, severely damage the forearm javelins. So that was a big opportunity there missed from Mark. There's no grace anymore. The other side's already engaged, so any talk of grace period, I think at this point, is out the window. But V19, no movements yet from him. Meanwhile, Nabes is basically saying, well, screw you guys, I'm going in, I'm not waiting for you. He's charging up the ramp. Rudar Swordsman at 14. So they're on the way out. Barrel Whites are moving towards the top. I don't know why they're doing that. I want to see the defenders sort of hold the outer areas a bit, and they don't retreat to the very top so quickly. At 4% to 5%, still a long way to go at 17,000 frames at this point. And the best doesn't have armor, so these guys need support. They can't just charge in by themselves. They need more support than that. Diamond Spearman ain't gonna cut. This is a unit that's heavily depleted too, by the way. Rudar Swordsman also heavily depleted. Lions used his trolls to hold back 2 wide tier forces. He saved more than half the unit. He's also got the Trolls of Gundabad still in play, which is a better troll unit. We're on the Halberds here under fire. There's some Ebonham Archers over there. I would hope Mark would respond. He's got Moran Archers. Should be going toe to toe here with the Ebonham Archers. Mark needs to force the enemy's hand. He needs to engage them. Put some pressure on them. I mean, look, if Arthane's going to mix his units up like that, then Mordor needs to take advantage of that. They need to be firing into them. I mean, hell, even the Shadowbows can get some decent kills on these guys. Like, I'd fire 2 test volleys to see how well they go. All these units mixed down amongst each other. Basically negates the accuracy of the other archers already, so I suppose Mark doesn't feel too threatened as long as the Ebonham Archers are mixed with the Ebonham Spearmen. Maybe that's why he's not firing. He just wants them to fire wasted ammunition. No, he's got to engage. He's already forcing the enemy up on the hill quite a bit. I mean, this right here is just a waste of time on the attacker's part. You ain't getting much return out of this investment. Alright, we got a big push on our hands. So much so that Mark used the Blackguard of Barad-dûr here to halt the enemy's push. Looks like Order 66 just surged forward here. Archer's trying to shoot at the reserves here of Mark. We've got the Doom Shadowbows moving up. Maybe they can arc their arrows down the ramp. If they can, then Order 66 is in a whole world of hurt. Angle ain't the best for Mark there, so Not the end of the world straight away for Order 66. Mark has him contained. We've got Rudolph forces here. Might trigger a mass chain route. Ethel's they're trying to fire, but you wouldn't think they have a good angle. Statue of Sauron in the distance there. Has V19 launched his assault yet? Well, he started. Avid marches and moved up. The accuracy has improved quite a bit. Mark is leaving his Moron archers in tight formation. Luckily for him, Avid archers don't have the best damage, so that's why they're still alive and pretty much unhurt at this point. Trolls are good about have charged in, and what are they down to? Well, they've still got a full unit. We've just got 2 trolls caught up in this unit of Ruda Axemen. Alright. So back over here. Given where things are at for Order 66 and that he doesn't really have too many troops left in play, what I expect to see here from him right now is maybe to use his Richmond Slavers and Herodane Berserkers. He's got to use the ammo first, of course, for his Herodane before he charges them in. But if he wants to actually make some good ground here, he's got to do 2 things. To make 2 choices either, I should say. He's got to try and pull his melee forces back, try to use his missile units as best he can to weaken Mark's defenses, and then charge in his elites after that. Or charge in his elites now, try to get as many kills as he can, try and make some ground here, so he can move forward, move his missiles forward behind his elites, and try and fire their javelins and axes into the enemy through any holes his forces might be able to make in his own lines, so he can shoot into Mordor's ranks. The latter strategy is pretty risky and probably wouldn't work. We've got archers here trying to shoot through I suppose, a stone temple. Most of those arrows are getting caught by the stone structure, protecting the Guardian's current room here, so I don't think the attacker's going to make much headway there. Adam Archer's falling back. This attack here from V19 is already over. Is he engaging over here at all? Aren't any men arms here? Have made some ground, so V19 has a foothold on the second plateau. We've got this amount of Fallen Area Knights moving to help secure it. Orc Javelin's been moved up, throw their javies into the pikemen, thus taking out a critical asset belonging to V19. Nope, they're firing their javelins into the Artane men at arms. Strange target. Pikeman would be my ideal target. Nice shots from the ballista, but not enough to break the Orc javelins. And I was coming back to try to engage the Orc Javelins. I thought it might have been a pathfinding issue. The United team might have clicked on these guys to attack, but for some reason they ran off in the wrong direction. Don't quite get that. Mark here has made a mistake, I think. If the Orc Javelins are not out of ammunition, then these guys here are not in guard mode. If they've deployed their spears, they are not in guard mode. You should always have your Orc Javelins or any missile unit in guard mode, so they can continue to fire the missiles into the enemy at point blank range even. I've seen that happen multiple times. Sauron's will is pretty much a full unit there. Needs to outflank the Artane men at arms and actually kill this attack. Yeah, that's a good angle. He's going to charge right into the flank here with the Artane pikemen and men at arms. The Artane marksmen should be firing directly into them. They're trying to shoot at the Orc Javelins belonging to Mark. Switch targets, guys. Switch targets. Come on, V. Switch targets, man. It's not working with the unit you're shooting at. You should be shooting at Sauron's will in front of you. Yeah, he's pulling on out. The pull out of the Artane marksman signals the death of the Artane pikes men at arms, I reckon. Sauron's will should be able to win this fight before Roaring Halberd unit is wiped out. Pikemen are wavering, they're almost gone. Alright, how's Ruda going up here? Etmor's Troll Hunters are moving up. Come on, guys.
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
Dakar Barad-dûr here, moving up, down to 67, so they've lost almost 100 troops. (38 to 39). Pretty darn close. We'll slow it down just a little bit. We can get a better idea of what's going on each side. Order 66 has slowed down, and he stepped up his he's changed his style of attack, which seems to be a lot better. Mixing his pikemen with the Rudar swordman, provides the pikemen with some meat shield protection. The terrain here does favour Order 66's forces. It makes it harder for Mark to get a beat on him with his own missile units. Things only start to get more difficult for Order 66 once he starts getting to about here. Then the Doom Shadowverse can fire directly into his flank and take out all of his forces as he tries to push his blades forward. So things start to only go wrong for Mark when he gets to about here, where a lot of his forces have died. Mark's pushing. I'm not too sure why he's pushing. The golden rule of any pushing units, peoples, is if you're going to do that, you've got to send them up with support. There is no support here. So it's a red tick against that move there from Mark. I'm not sure what he was planning to accomplish by doing that. Those halberds should have moved up and attacked the enemy straight into their flank while they were preoccupied trying to destroy the Blackguard of Barad-dûr.
Only half our force remains.
There's no missile units down this ramp here that pose a threat to his forces. I would understand if Order 66 had Herondane Rangers. They could potentially get a bead on Mark's forces about here on the ramp. But there's no Ranger unit. There's no reason that Mark didn't push against Order 66 just now. He should have done that, in my opinion. Alright, let's head down here quickly. I know we gotta check on Nabest and see how he's going. The new Scout Guards have to reform. They are attacking at a horrible angle. Sauron's will have caught them out of position. Edward's trying to provide some much needed support here and could actually save the Numenor Gate Guards from further losses. Yeah, Order 66 really helping out V19 there. Alright, down here. Back out of Barad-dûr, looks like they've just arrived into the fight. And a small Rudar contingent has been cut off from the main army. And they're being swarmed by Angmar's forces. Troll's axle has been committed, so they must have used up their axes already. Mark is pulling back the Blackguard. They're turning and they're running away. Just as the enemy arrows start to fall upon them. The defenders here really don't want to give the attackers any edge on their forces. Mind you, that's smart play. No one wants to destroy their units away intentionally. (53 to 52), so a very tight race, which is strange. So far the attackers have sustained massive losses as they've moved up the ramps here. Well, I would have liked to see some Dunman pikemen in the best's ranks there. Very grindy battle, this one over here. And we've got the Olog High moving over. You know, if Lion and Mark just sent both their troll units and their Trolls of Angmar units right here, right now, straight into Rudar's forces, and they just went for a normal mighty push, they might be able to take out the general, and they could see the best's forces crumble before him. What gives me pause on that strategy is, of course, the fact that we have multiple missile units here that could be brought up, that could be firing into his forces as they push down. But Trolls seem to be very hard to hit. So if that battle stays the way it is, then it will clearly go the way of the defenders. This one must being brought up. After that, it looks like they've taken the second plateau, so the defenders have fallen back and seceded most of the ground with very few casualties down here. The ballista here is pretty much useless to them. The attackers need to come up here now and attack. Templar Guard ready to shoot, which is probably ready to shoot also. I just don't like where this is going for the attackers. I don't. that main ramp can just be too easily defended, and the defenders have so many missile units left in their arsenal. It's just too dangerous to assault the defenders from that ramp. They've got to attack from the sides. It's really the attacker's only hope of taking this plateau. The top plateau, the citadel. Main ramp out of the equation, guys. Don't even think about assaulting that. It's a straight dead loss for you straight away. If you even attempt that. Order 66 doing good work here. He's drawing the defenders to him at a critical point. This makes it very hard for the witches to shoot his forces. Mind you, they still could. The Radar Marksman and Etymostronicus behind them could all be exposed to the witches, but at the very least, his Ritualman slavers and Black Bolts, for the most part, are safely close enough, I reckon, that the witches couldn't shoot them even if they wanted to. Of course, if somehow the witches get up here on the hill here, then I think he's stuffed. Here, of course, he's fine, but on this hill, if the witches can get up here, then yeah, a lot of his units are fair game. What we got here? Doom Shadowbows. Trying to shoot into the Troll Shiraxos, witches are coming up on the ramp here, on the hill, not ramp, on the hill here. Going for the elevated ground. He's trying to fight, he doesn't have the angle yet. I have it on fast forward, but he gave that up. He gave that up pretty quick. Didn't even try and get the witches to the top of the hill here. That's a waste of valuable axes. Try and hit the Guidance Current Doom, guys. Yeah, it's not worth it at all. No. Which one Scourge Raid's being brought down now? Are they throwing their axes yet? What are they up to? Only a few of them are firing. And that's a little better.
Only half the enemy force remains.
Okay, witches are firing down below, obviously. Alright. Arthedain has begun their assault, with the help of Order 66 leading the charge. We've got some additional Monastery Knights here that just broke. Nazgul being brought over. 73 to 71. Where are the witches? I saw them before. Here they come. He could potentially kill the Olog High here if he fires into the Numas gate guards.
The enemy are badly bloody.
Choose your targets well, mate.
Lost half their men.
Okay, he killed one Olog High. Paradigm Berserker should be next. No, he's moved away. Multiple green flames. Most of the trolls are racking up the kills here. Trolls need to pursue. They've got to pursue and take out that ballista. And that's exactly what they're doing. Send up the Nazgul. Or send down the Nazgul, I should say. Jeez, how are those bolts missing the trolls? Okay, 66 is basically done here now. We've got some remnant forces, but nothing that can pose any serious risks to the defenders. 76 to 79. Temple Executioner's got to charge towards the Aethermist Trollhunters or run away. Just don't stay here. They're trying to keep the enemy in front of them. Attacker's running out of troops. No, Archer's not firing. Charge in, fellas. Wipe them out. Good bad card moving in. a full unit. They've got a mass chain out here. They've got a couple more units down there they've got to wipe out. Blackguard is pursuing. Trolls need to pursue as well. Everyone needs to pursue here. And then fall back to the Citadel. And try and deal with V19. And the remnants of Order 66. $80 to 86 now. You do know Shadowbows are being wiped out by javelins. We'll see how many kills they racked up before they were killed. It's been a pretty decent fight, but the outcome really never left me any doubt. Most of them just watching these guys wear down the defenders and pretty much until they are out of troops or they're out, because that seems to be the logical outcome. The defenders are selling out. Alright, that would have to be the best general, it would seem. We've got witches here. We have Frodham Javelins here, and Trollshaxo is shooting at the Richmond Blackguard. A good target, but the wrong target. You'd think they would go after the witches. But it's quite possible I didn't see them. $88 to 93. The more reinforcements moving down.
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Yep. More axe throwers from the Heritage Berserkers. Nazgul just hacking their way through to the Heritage Berserkers. Time 16 now. And there goes V19's general. You know, Berserkers carved up to the last man, and that's the general himself. And that is that. So well done to Mark and Lion on their victory. Mark getting 3,253 kills there. Lion 2,483. Mind you, that we're up against factions that have superior numbers in each unit, I should say. We have Water 66 here, got 1,189. V19 Torrent, 1,047. The best, 1,313. Alright, Nazgul, 137. Temple Guard, 118. Adunium Shadows, 175. Olag High, 248. Blackadder Barad-dûr, 203 and 315. Not bad at all. Sauron's Will here, each unit getting over 200. Orc Javelins here, 96 to 142. Moron Archers here, 88 to 156. Orc Archers, 165, and the other one only got 17. Temple Executioners looks to be 349. Moron Archers, 166. Moron Halberds here, 166, 155, and 119. And that is it. So, thank you, Mark, for sending me the replay. If you guys want to see your own Total Replay featured here on this channel from any Total War game, including mods, once again, the links to send me a replay is in the video description below. This is Micka from Scoutsman Entertainment signing off. Goodbye, my fellow Scout Troopers. Catch you in the next Total War battle.